I get it. We have a lot to do on Monday. Got to send out those 10 videos answering the most common questions that have been asked by advisors. Don't forget to redesign your website. It's going to be a busy day. That's just in the first 15 minutes. I want you to get on social media, curate your LinkedIn feed. I want to make sure you guys personalize everything. Everything. Go to Facebook, check out everybody's birthday. Seriously. Look into AI. Yeah, should be like by 8:30. You should have most of that done. You know, here's the thing about marketing. In the marketing world, there is always something new, and there's always something next. Always. Just when you figured out how email worked, somebody was like, you need a website. You were like, what the hell? A website? They're like, it's a brochure, but it's online, and they're web pages, not real pay. Anyway, you need a website. You're like, okay, great. And somebody else comes in, they're like, hey, I can't find your website. I was on Lycos and Ask Jeeves. I can't find it anywhere. You need some SEO. You're like, oh, crap, what the hell is SEO? And you're like, okay, I'll buy that. Whatever. Then somebody else walks in, and you're like, oh, man, you know what? I don't know why you're working on all that SEO. You need some SEM. You're like, what the hell is that? Search engine marketing? Oh, okay. I didn't know you could buy the top ranking. Why am I spending all this money on SEO? So stupid. SEM, okay, I'll buy that. Sign me up. Then somebody walks in and they're like, dude, you need some PPC. And you're like, hey, we're a drug-free workplace. You know? And they're like, no, dude, I mean pay-per-click. Pay-per-click. Then somebody walks in and they're like, oh my gosh, are you on Twitter? You got to be on Twitter. It's so amazing. You just tweet all day long. You bring in like $1 million accounts like nothing. I used to be in PR, but not anymore because no one does PR. That got cut with SEO. Now I do this. I'm social media. There's always something new, and there's always something next. The thing is, our marketing budget isn't getting any bigger. It's just getting sliced more ways. This is our marketing pizza pie. And we've got to find a better way to make this work. You know, I was in Dallas at a Pizza Hut, and I was standing behind this woman who was pondering over the menu. And then she got to the front of the line, and she said, hi, I'd like to buy a large pizza and a Diet Coke. And the guy behind the counter was like, okay, ma'am, would you like that pizza cut into 8 slices or 10? And she was like, oh my gosh, 8. I could never eat 10. That's the problem. Our marketing pizza pie isn't getting any bigger. It's just getting sliced more ways. And we need to solve this problem not by just adding more to our pizza pie and slicing it more ways. We need to rethink the fundamentals. We need to rethink maybe marketing from the get-go. We need to find a better way to find a better return on investment for the time and energy we're spending on all of this stuff. We need to maximize that ROI. And maybe there's a better way. But we got to question our fundamentals. We got to question the fundamental underpinnings of the marketing world. You guys, I'm sure today, have talked about the funnel. I wasn't in that session. Did you guys talk about the funnel with anyone? Yeah, with Taylor. Yeah, Taylor, awesome presentation on the funnel. For those of you that weren't in that session, here's a quick recap. Here's how the funnel works. You got to raise awareness for your firm in the marketplace. You got to get people to know who you are, right? You got to raise some awareness. Now, some of those people who are aware that you're out there might consider coming in for a meeting. They might just consider it. They might consider it. They may not. Some of those people who are considering it might show some intent to sign in with you. They just might. They might show some intent. Now, some of those people might actually sign with you. They might actually fill out those frickin' forms. And some of those people might really love it, and they'll become loyal advocates for you. But just some of those people, just these people dripping out just those ones. These people know you're there. These people drip out You guys got it? Just some of these people. And if you need more people, what do? Oh, you got to raise more awareness. You got to get more people in the funnel. You need a bigger funnel. Here's the thing. The funnel was invented in 1898. 1898, by a guy named St. Elmo Lewis, which is the best name ever, by the way. If you know someone's pregnant, throw St. Elmo into the bucket. It's a genius name. St. Elmo Lewis in 1898. By the way, this is the same year the light bulb was patented. That's how long ago this is, 1898. And St. Elmo Lewis was working on a project for the National Cash Register Company. And he was trying to figure out how he teaches his traveling salesmen, and they were all men, how to sell more cash registers. And he said, you know what, I'm not going to draw a funnel because he didn't know what to draw. He drew a scale, okay? And he decided that all you needed to do was get the attention, the interest, the desire, and the conviction in the mind of your prospect, and you would all of a sudden outweigh any objection to the sale, and you would walk away with the sale. Literally walk away with the sale. Literally, because we didn't have cars. They would literally walk away. That's how long ago this was, 1898. And for over 120 years, we've been trying to figure out a new model. Marketers like us have spent a ton of time and energy saying, let's redesign it. Let's make it look sexy. Let's make it look like something for the 21st century. So what did we come up with? Oh, we came up with this. Yeah, this is the inverted triangles with an added gray arrow. I spent like an hour trying to figure out if you need the gray arrow. You don't. We just like arrows. We're marketers. Makes it look sophisticated, I guess. And then some CEO, I'm sure, was like, I can't read the small print. Can you make some big things on the side? I appreciate that. I got it now. All right. Same model. Or there's this, what about this one? This is the funnel inside of a more complicated funnel with 2 blue arrows. Mind you, this is my favorite arrow in the world. Can you guys see that? It says money in your pocket. You don't know what to do? That's okay. Just do all this crap, and then you just get money in your pocket. Just shove it in there. It's amazing. You're going to be fine. You'll do it. Just do it. Money in your... That's not even my favorite one, though. This is my favorite one. This is the FU funnel. Some genius has put tofu, mofu, and bofu right in the middle. I don't know. A lot has changed since 1898, but we're still using the fundamental principles that were founded by St. Elmo Lewis. Why? I don't know. Can we all agree, yes or no, that a lot has changed since 1898? Yes. Can we all agree that we do not buy like we bought in 1898? Yes, absolutely. We have airplanes now. We have cars now. We have phones. We have the internet. We have electricity. It's amazing. So we need a new model. We need to rethink the fundamentals. We need to think totally new. So maybe, just maybe, we can try that today. So I've got a new model that I think we could all consider. It's got arrows, so you should like it. That's what my market research tells me. And it's very different than the funnel because it's not linear. The funnel is linear, right? You just got to go through these little steps and then you drip out the bottom. Now, I don't think people buy that way today. Now, if you've ever watched anyone in your family try to purchase something online on a computer, you will see 4,000 tabs open, right? That is not a linear process. The other thing is, it doesn't wholly rely on your ability to raise awareness. In fact, it's just a series of interlocking loops, and you can start anywhere, and that's what I love about this model. So what I like to do is go through every step in the model and just mansplain it to you. Sorry. I don't want to mansplain it. That's lame. Let's do that. Why don't we go buy something together? You guys want to do that? Yeah. All right, let's do. Just the front row wants to do that. Anybody else want to go buy something? You're getting there. I know it's been a long day. And you're like, but my website. I've got to shoot a video. Personalize everything. Bonbon. Got to look that up. Yeah, let's go on a journey to buy something together. Now, here's where our journey begins. Our journey begins at the mailbox, like the physical mailbox. Do you guys go to the mailbox? Yeah. Thank you. Paula goes to the mailbox. Now, here's what I do when I go to the mailbox. I immediately take out the mail, and then I start filtering through the stuff as I'm walking back to the house, right? I take out the real estate broker ones with their funny pictures and the glossy, and I'm like ready to trash those. And then I look at anything that says, urgent, must open, read now, read now. And I get ready to shred that because we're savvy consumers, right? We know that the more important it says it is, the less important it actually is. And then I get to the real juicy stuff, the stuff that just has like my name and address on it and maybe a little logo at the top. And I get inside, I trash all that junk, and I always sit down at the kitchen table to go through the important stuff so my family can think I'm really doing real important work. And I see this. I get this envelope here. It's from Nissan Finance. And I'm like, crap, I should have put my lease payment on auto pay like 3 years ago. I bet I forgot to pay the lease payment this month. So then I open up the letter, and here's how we read letters at our house. It's mandatory. The first thing I do is I look to see who the letter is from. This letter is from Rachel. Okay. Then We read the letter out loud to the family, but we read it the way we think Rachel wrote the letter. You guys ready? Here we go. Dear Sir, thank you for choosing Nissan Finance as your dedicated finance source. Our records indicate that your lease will expire in 30 days. 30 days? 30 days? I have to buy a car in 30 days? What kind of car am I going to buy? I don't know, maybe a Nissan? Okay, freeze. We got to freeze right there. A lot has just happened. Did you guys catch it? We have just seen the very first moment in every purchase, okay? Every single purchase starts with a moment of inspiration. A moment of inspiration. A moment of inspiration is an instant in time that sends you on a journey you never expected. Now, we didn't wake up this morning thinking, oh, I got to lease a car in 30 days. I don't put it on my calendar. I'm not a car guy. I don't know. Just forget about it until I get a letter like this. Well, this is my moment of inspiration. It's sending me on a journey I never expected, especially this morning, right? Okay. That is a moment of inspiration. Now, moments of inspiration happen to us all. They happen all the time for every kind of purchase. All right, maybe you just had lunch, you had tuna salad, and you've got a client meeting at 1 o'clock, and you just stopped at a convenience store to buy some water. You're standing in line, and you're like, I think I have tuna salad breath, right? Boom, that's a moment of inspiration, because immediately you're like, I need to buy some gum, right? It just sent you on a very quick journey. Or maybe you're scrolling in bed, trying to fall asleep. You're looking at Instagram. Oh, yeah. And then you see an amazing dish your friend just made using an Instant Pot. And you're like, what the hell is an Instant Pot? Boom. That's a moment of inspiration. Tomorrow, an Instant Pot's going to arrive at your house. Or maybe you're at your daughter's 5th grade graduation. You're about to stand up and start applauding for her. And you're like, holy crap, I don't know if I've saved enough money for this girl to go to college. Boom. That is a moment of inspiration. A moment of inspiration is an instant in time that sends you on a journey you never expected. Now, here's the thing about moments of inspiration. 2 things happen every time a moment of inspiration occurs. They're subconscious and they're unintentional, but they happen every single time a moment of inspiration occurs. Now, they already happened. I don't know if you guys saw them, but I don't think you did. Let's do this. Let me slow it down for you. And then you guys try to pick up the next 2 subconscious, unintentional things that happen every time a moment of inspiration occurs. Okay, you ready? Your lease will expire in 30 days. 30 days. 30 days. I have to buy a car in 30 days. What kind of car am I going to buy? I don't know, maybe a Nissan. Did you guys catch them? 2 subconscious, unintentional things that happen every single time. Now, the first thing that happens every time a moment of inspiration occurs is a trigger question pops into your head. A trigger question, right? So we've just been told that we have to buy a car in 30 days. Immediately, your brain says, what kind of car are we going to buy? It panics. And because your brain has a deep-seated desire for closure, a need for closure, and it tries to get rid of any ambiguity so it can move on to the next thing, it tries to answer that question immediately with what's called the prime brand. The prime brand. So we've got a moment of inspiration. We have to buy a car in 30 days. The trigger question is, what kind of car am I going to buy? Now, I want you to yell out, what is our prime brand? Yell it out. Nissan. Oh, 100%. Nissan. They sent us the letter. Rachel sent us the letter. Now, we can't buy a car right now. We've got to take the kids to school, right? We got stuff to do. So we get in the car, we bundle the kids in the back, we get out, we're driving our beautiful black Nissan Murano, which has a burnt amber interior because we got a discount on that. We're driving to school, and all of a sudden, we're about to move into the next phase in our journey. The next phase in our journey is called active evaluation. Active evaluation. In active evaluation, we are adding and subtracting brands as we move closer and closer to the next moment in our journey. All right? Active evaluation, we are adding and subtracting brands as we move closer and closer to that next moment in our journey. So as we're driving down the street, we're listening to music, the kids are fighting in the back, I'm trying to ignore it, and all of a sudden, I see a car whiz by me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think that's the new Jeep Grand Cherokee. I like that new body style, and boom, we add it to the list. Now there are two brands, Nissan and the Jeep Grand Cherokee. We drive a little further, stop at a stoplight, a car turns right in front of us, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, I think that's the Audi Q3. We test drove the Audi Q3 last time. We decided not to buy it, but maybe we should try it again. I like that car. Boom, we add it to the list. Now we get to the drop-off line. I hate the drop-off line. All of a sudden, Mr. Jones pulls up, and he's trying to pull in front of me, and I'm like, I hate this freaking guy. He's got his dark glasses on, sunglasses are on. It's only 6:15. The sun's not even up. I'm like, what the hell? Then I realize he's in a new car. I'm like, wow, what is that car? So I let him in because I want to know what kind of car he's driving, and he's actually a really cool, I want to be him, okay? I've got some envy. Anyway, he pulls in front of me, and I see that it's the Porsche Macan. I've never seen this car in my life, but I add it to the list. I'm like, that's the car I want. That's exactly what I want. I drop off the kids at school, right? I get out of the line. I get home. As soon as I get home, I rush to my laptop. I open up my laptop, and I go to the first place we go whenever we have a question. Where is it? Just yell it out. Google. I know people who like Google so much that they type google.com into Google to get to Google. Just warming up the browser. Just checking it's working, right? I go to Google, and I just type in, how much is a Porsche Macan? And then I take it off the list. Right? Now, I want to point out that this is a zero-click result. I just typed in a question, and Google told me that I can't afford it, right? Immediately. So Porsche never knew I was in the market for the vehicle. Here's the thing. In active evaluation, 80% of your clients know who they want to work with before you've ever heard from them. 80%. Active evaluation is almost over before they ever fill out a form or pick up the phone or you ever reach out to them because you got their name from someone else. 80%. Just like Porsche never knew I was in the market for a vehicle, there are a lot of people out there that you don't know are thinking about you. Now, here's the thing. In active evaluation, when you're buying a vehicle, what do? You watch consumer reports. You read video. Wait, that's backwards. You read consumer reports. You watch some YouTube videos. You watch some more YouTube videos. You call your friend who has an Audi Q3. He loves his Audi Q3. You go for a ride in the Audi Q3. You're like, oh, maybe we should get the Audi Q3. We talk it over at the family. We say, yes, let's go get the Audi Q3. Let's do a test drive. So that's when we're getting near the end of active evaluation. Because that's the moment we type into Google, hey, show me an Audi dealer near me. We search their inventory. They have some Audi Q3s available. So we go to their webpage that says sign up for a VIP appointment. VIP, very important person appointment. I'm like, that's me. This is going to be great. Now, it's at this moment we are about to execute the next moment in our journey. This is called the moment of commitment. The moment of commitment. Now, the moment of commitment is the instant we trade money, data, or time, for information to buy a product or a service or to support a cause. We live in a world where data and time are just as valuable, sometimes more, than money. And we need to create and craft experiences that feel like people paid with their time and their information. We need to start rethinking what the moment of commitment is. It's not just signing the deal. It's not just getting their cash in the bank account. No, it is way more than that. And I am on the website. Signing up for a VIP appointment, I am going to trade 5 pieces of my information. My name, my zip code, which I don't even know why they need that. It's just stupid. My phone number. I pick a date and time for this appointment, and I tell them what vehicle I want to test drive. 5 pieces of information. And I hit the submit button. Now, the moment I hit submit, I've just executed a moment of commitment. A moment of commitment sends us into this unbelievably powerful opportunity. And this is where the real value lies. After every moment of commitment, we have the opportunity to build a loyalty loop. Now, a loyalty loop is just a series, a very quick series of micro encounters that leave an impression. They leave you feeling something. All right, so you could take your existing experience for your clients and prospects, and you could immediately say, hey, what's the first moment of commitment? Okay, they fill out a form on the website, great. Now, what do you do after that? And whatever you do after that, I want you to start attaching an emoji to every one of those interactions. How does it make them feel? What emoji would you attach to that autoresponder email? What emoji would you attach to the voicemail you leave? You need to think about every one of those micro moments. That's what builds a loyalty loop. So we've just filled out our VIP appointment request form. And anytime you fill out an online form, you guys tell me, what immediately do you get? What happens? Just yell it out. You get an autoresponder. Yeah, you get an email. You get an email that the system sends to you. This is very common practice. Remember, this is a VIP appointment. Let me just read you the email that Audi sent to me. I filled this out at 4 in the morning, and this is the autoresponder I got. VIP appointment. Dear Andrew! Dear Andrew! Thanks. Looking forward to our appointment for Thursday and April 11. What the hell? Do I have 2 appointments? Is Thursday also April 11th, or is I don't know. If you want to confirm or reschedule, please respond to this email or text me at salesperson phone, Terry! Terry! Here's the emoji I want to attach to punch Terry in the face, man. VIP my ass. That is not VIP. This is what we need to fix. The bar is so low. All we need to do is create a series of micro encounters that create new moments of inspiration in every one of our clients' and prospects' minds that triggers a new question so they feel in control of the journey, where you are the prime brand, and it immediately leads to the next moment of commitment. We need to think about our loyalty loops. In fact, we don't need to think about them. We need to craft them. Because we do not sell financial services. We sell an experience. And we need to craft an experience that feels like it's worth all the information I have to give you. If every form field I have to fill out was worth $50 in information, what kind of experience do you need to create to make me feel like it's great? I want you to think about the experience you're building. Now, many of us want to start building a loyalty loop experience by starting with the moment of inspiration, but I want to challenge you to start by building your loyalty loops at the moment of commitment. At the moment of commitment. Let me show you someone who's done this. Actually, let me introduce you to Stephen Jones. Now, Stephen Jones is the CEO and founder of a company called Tulsa Renew. Actually, I need some water. Are you guys doing okay? Yeah? Okay. Are you guys having fun still? Okay, good. Oh, it's good. This is no-name water. It's not branded. It's not Fiji. Okay. I met Stephen Jones actually at an event very similar to this, and I was getting into the elevator after I had spoken, and Stephen was standing there, and he was like, oh my gosh, that was great. I would really love for you to take a look at my website. We just redid the website, and I'm so proud of it. And I was like, Stephen, I'd love to do that. Here's my business card. Let's set up some time. I'd love to take a look. He's like, I'll do that. The door's open on my floor. I get out, and Stephen gets out after me, and then he opens his iPad. And I was like, let's do it now. This is a good time. I'd love to check out your website. He's like, oh, here's the homepage. It's amazing. I'm like, Stephen, this looks like every other contractor's website. You see, Stephen Jones sells windows, siding, and doors. He sells a commodity product in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's a contractor, basically. And I'm like, look, this looks like every other website. And he's like, no, it doesn't. Check it out. I have before and after photos. I'm like, Stephen, you're in the transformation business. You got to show me what it looked like before and after. This is table stakes. This is not anything interesting. He's getting a little discouraged. He's like, well, check this out. On our About Us page, I have a video. See, that's me. And he hits play, and it's like, I'm Stephen Jones, and you can trust us. And we've been in business 15 years, and I'm Stephen Jones, and don't forget, you can trust us. And we're so cool. That's 9 seconds in. I'm like, Stephen, stop the video. He's like, oh, man, I got ADD. I can't deal with it. And so I noticed that in his copy under here, it's hard to see. He says we provide the ultimate client experience, and it's in sentence case, the ultimate client experience. And I say, Stephen, what is the ultimate client experience? And this is what he says to me. He vomits this out just from the top of his brain. He says, at Tulsa Renew, we believe that you should know exactly what's being done to your house even when you're not at home every day we're on the job. I'm like, what? I mean, we've all hired contractors, right? This sounds unreasonable. This just can't be true. So I'm like, Stephen, do you really do that? He's like, yeah, we really do that. Now, I want to stop and pause for a second, because what Stephen is doing right in this moment is he is addressing our crucial concern. At every moment of commitment, in the mind of your prospect or your client, there is a crucial concern. The crucial concern is their biggest post-commitment concern. Am I going to regret this? When you fill out any online form that asks for your phone number, you know in the back of your mind, you're like, are these going to call me? That's what you're thinking, right? You've got to address it, and he's addressing it. He knows that all of us have been burned by a contractor who has just never showed up on the job site. He knows that, and so he's addressing it immediately. Now, this is what he does. Let's imagine it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the first day he's on the job, and you're wondering, I don't know if he even showed up. Like, my Ring alarm said there was a car in the driveway, and I can't see anything because the truck's blocking it. I don't know if he's even there. Now, you get an email from Stephen Jones's team that says, hey, here's a quick update. Now, if you've got an email from a contractor before, it's usually something like this. The subject line is like, please call, and then you open it. This actually happened to me. You open it up, and there's a video of like water cascading down your basement wall, and then it just says urgent. Like, that's the kind of contractor communications we're used to. Now, Stephen doesn't do that. He says, hey, we just shot a little video to give you an update on what we're doing on your home. Just click this link. And this link takes you to a YouTube video. Now, this isn't just any YouTube video. Let me just play a little bit for you. It's 1 o'clock, it's after lunch, and you're sitting at your desk, and this comes up.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Pelliger, just want to give you an update on what we're doing this morning. We're, of course, got the tie vac up here, and we're starting the starter strip for this next row of siding. Got the flashing installed up the rake here, your new vent in, and we're really working on this front gable right now.
Okay, you guys get it, right? How amazing is that? So simple. Here's what happens. You're sitting at your desk, and you go, hey, Tony, you got to check out this video my contractor sent you. And Tony's like, oh, man, not right now. I'm trying Wordle. Like, I got to get this. You're like, no, Tony, you got to check it out. So Tony comes over, you hit play, and 15 seconds in, Tony goes, oh, my gosh, this is amazing. Who's your contractor? That's a trigger question. What do you say? Oh, it's Stephen Jones at Tulsa Renew. Prime brand. You say, hey, I'll give you his number. Give him a call. Here's what happens. For every first day that Stephen Jones is on a job, he gets an average of 11 referrals. 11 referrals just on the first day. Here's what's even more amazing. He closes on average 7 of those. Here's what's even more amazing. He costs, on average, 25% more than every other window, siding, and door guy in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He sells an experience. He addresses their crucial concern. He makes people feel something. He's attached an emoji to that simple experience, and it doesn't cost him a fortune. In fact, he downloaded a free app from the App Store and taught his foreman how to shoot those videos and upload them to a little customer service team that then puts them on YouTube and sends them out every day at 1 o'clock. A free app that's meant to help fix your golf swing that sucks. It's supposed to point the arrows from your golf coach, and you can figure out how to fix it like this, like this, like this. That's what it's for. He just repurposed it and has built his business around it. We need to stop telling people we're different and start showing them we're different by making them feel different. That's the difference. And we need to focus on building those little micro moments, because micro moments define our experience. They truly differentiate our product and our service, and that's what truly builds our brand. It's the small moments, the micro moments, that leave a major impression. And we need to find those little moments where we can make them feel different and build on that. Now, I want you to transform your loyalty loop experience. I want you to start asking yourself immediately, what is our client's crucial concern? After every moment of commitment, and even pre-commitment, I want you to think about what is their crucial concern. Now, so far, we've looked at the loyalty loop like this, okay? It's like we're looking down on it on the top. In fact, I don't want you to think of it like one loop you go through. It's like we're looking at a slinky from the top. Instead, I want you to think of it like this, all right? You're actually trying to build a series of micro moments that move really, really quickly, where a moment of commitment leads to a new moment of inspiration, that leads to a new moment of commitment, that leads to another moment of inspiration, that leads to a new moment of commitment, and on it goes. You see, the faster we do this, the better we get at it. We can take doubters at the top of our slinky and turn them into believers. And we can do it faster than anybody else. And we can charge more because we're not selling a commodity, a product. We're selling an experience. So I want you to think of this rapid-fire, micro-moment experience that we're going to build. And I want you to think about the ways we can build it. Now, I've spent 5 years researching what the biggest brands in the world do, what the smallest companies in the world do to create and craft great loyalty loops. And it's not an infinite number of things. In fact, if we're going to build a great loyalty loop, all we have to do is 6 things. 6 simple things. And I'm going to run through them quickly, and then we'll dive deep into 2 of them. The first one is raise anticipation. After every moment of commitment, we need to get them more excited about the next step in the process than they were about the previous step. Can we raise anticipation for the next step in their journey? The next thing we can do is maximize their honeymoon phase. Their honeymoon phase is when they're at the peak of enthusiasm. They're most excited about the relationship we're building together. You can leverage that to your advantage. All right? We're going to dive deep into those 2, so I won't spend much time on them. The third thing we can do is re-inspire them. After any moment of commitment, we've got to re-inspire them to have a new moment of inspiration that triggers a new question in their mind, one we probably knew we could plant by creating that moment of inspiration, where they desperately want the answer, and we're the first person that can answer that for them. We're their prime brand. Now, after every trigger question, the first thing, and the simplest thing we can do, is actually answer that trigger question. We know people want to know, how do we get paid? What are our fees? Instead of waiting to bring that up, let's answer it so that we can build trust very quickly with them. We know they're thinking about it. Let's answer it for them. Answer the trigger question. The next thing we can do is remove friction. Now, I know it's easy to look at everybody else's website or everybody else's process or where you worked before and just build the same process into your organization. But the truth is, if you want to feel better to work with, removing just one small item of friction that everybody else does can make your experience feel better. Just one less form field on a form can make people feel better. Remove friction. And the last one is scaling camaraderie. Scaling camaraderie is about building mutual trust and respect between you and the people behind your brand and your client. That's all it is. It's about building mutual trust and respect for the people behind you and your client. I like to call that reverse personalization, because we talk about personalizing a lot. Like, hey, it's happy birthday, Jim. Amazing, I personalized it. I want you to think about reverse personalizing it. If you can introduce your client to 4 people in your organization, 4 other names at your company, you can greatly increase their loyalty, their length of stay, the amount of time they'll spend with you, and the money they'll invest. 4 people. It's a magic number. Scale camaraderie. All right, we're going to dive into 2 of these. 2 I think are most relevant for building more and more great experiences for your clients and prospects. And the first one we're going to do is raise anticipation. You guys okay? All right, 3 people. Are you guys getting, it's been a long day. Does this feel like a lot? Oh, thank you. All right, let's keep going then. Going to raise anticipation. Going to get you excited about the next. Here's the thing about raising anticipation. I don't think anyone does it better than Domino's. Raise your hand if you have not tried the Domino's order tracker, if you have not tried it. You guys have not, there are so many of you in here. Okay, here's your homework. For the people that raise your hand, you have just got to go home on Monday. Forget all the other crap. The first thing you need to do is order a pizza from Domino's using the online order tracker, right? Here's the deal. It's not cool. The cool stuff isn't about personalizing your pizza. That's not what it's about. What it's really about is as soon as you've personalized your pizza and you've submitted your order, I did this online so I could show you big screenshots, okay? You get an email or you get a text message that says, hey, do you want to go back to work or would you rather track your pizza? Like, well, hell yeah, I'd rather track my pizza. I did this at 11 in the morning in my office. I was like, yeah, this sounds really good. So I click here to track, right? Now it takes you to an online order tracker where there's music playing and it's got phase number 1 right there. Here's what I'm entranced. The first time I used this, I was like, what is going on? This is crazy. And then it says, Vanessa began custom making your order. Who the hell is Vanessa? I don't know, but I love her. She's making my pizza. That's reverse personalization, by the way. I never cared who was making my pizza. I used to just call it in and hang up. Now I'm like, oh, Vanessa's making my pizza. I wonder what step 2 is. I wonder what step 3 is. Oh, finally, Vanessa's gone through step 2. She's put it in the oven. John is about to leave John is out with my pizza. That's how it works. In just less than 15 minutes, I stared watching my pizza go through the process because I wanted to know who was the next step. What are they doing? This is amazing. John's out with the pizza. I run downstairs in my office building so I can stand there. And John walks in. I'm like, John! And he's like, oh, did you use the pizza tracker? I'm like, yeah, I did. It was awesome. He's like, hey, here's your pizza. And I want to call out that they're actually creating a new spiral in our loyalty loop. They're immediately saying, hey, you like this feeling? You can just download the app and click with one button, order the same pizza anytime you want, and John will deliver it to you. They're creating a new opportunity for a moment of commitment. Now, here's the thing. For you guys that are going to try this on Monday, don't eat the pizza. The pizza sucks. This is not about the pizza, okay? I want to make that really clear. This is not about the pizza. The order tracker raises anticipation, okay? It makes us more excited about the next step in the journey. And if you've ever done this with kids, you will see the joy on their faces. More importantly than it just raising anticipation, it actually invites us to share our enthusiasm because we're at a heightened phase of enthusiasm. This is maximizing your honeymoon phase in the very same example. And what they're doing is they're inviting you to share it on social media. If you go to Twitter any day of the week and search for Domino's Order Tracker, you'll see tweets like this. Love the Domino's Order Tracker. Now I can sit on my porch and say things like, yo, Brandon, when the delivery boy walks up. Or, I love at Domino's. I just saw the online order tracker. So cool. Love that you see exactly where and who they are in the process of your pizza. Or what about this one? Watching the Domino's tracker on my order makes me so excited. Do you feel the emotion? Here's the thing. I want you to read this tweet. It says, Domino's awesome tech, his order, which consisted entirely of a soda, had been placed in the oven. This is not about the technology, okay? You don't need fancy technology that doesn't even know what a soda is. You just need to raise anticipation, and people will start sharing that enthusiasm with others. People post pictures of it on Instagram. They're so excited. Domino's Order Tracker's coolest thing ever, patiently waiting for Devin. How about this guy? Sometimes I order Domino's just to use the pizza tracker. It's like, I wonder if Vanessa's working tonight. I don't know, I'll order a pizza. That's the power of the order tracker. It raises anticipation. And by 2012, they had done $1 billion in online orders. Not because you could order a pizza online. That had existed for 10 years. Other brands and even Domino's had one. What they did was they transformed a task into an experience. So we need to take the task we're asking our clients to do and transform them into experiences by raising anticipation. So what if we raise anticipation for the next step in our client's experience? Ask yourself, what is our pizza tracker? Not the technology, not the actual tracker. You guys got that, right? I just want you to think about the experience you're crafting, all right? That is the power of raising anticipation. Now, we are going to buy a car in a minute, but I want to show you how maximizing the honeymoon phase can have a massive impact on the amount of referrals you can generate, all right? And the key to maximizing your honeymoon phase is to really think about the peak of your client's enthusiasm, all right? And no one does this better or has kind of demonstrated it better than I think Jenny and Jen, the co-founders of Rent the Runway, all right? Now, for the men in the room who don't really know what Rent the Runway is. That's okay. Rent the Runway is basically an online platform where instead of buying a gown for like a fancy occasion, like if you're going to a wedding or a gala or a night out or an awards ceremony or a work thing or a weekend getaway, you don't have to buy a fancy dress. Instead, you just rent the fancy dress for that event, okay? They offer some other services too, but we're specifically gonna focus on this kind of experience. Now, they don't sell any dresses you couldn't buy anywhere else. They have beautiful gowns. I mean, they are gorgeous gowns, but you can buy very similar gowns at Nordstrom. I mean, Nordstrom's has amazing gowns, and a lot of them are on sale right now. So if you want to go to Nordstrom, they have beautiful gowns. Here's the thing. Let's just read this review from a woman who bought her gown at Nordstrom. I just picked a random gown, took the first 5-star review, and I just want to read it with you. And while you're reading it, I want you to ask yourself, what's missing from this review, all right? What is missing? 5 stars, mother of the bride dress. This dress is gorgeous. It's so comfortable and it feels pretty light. Bought it for my daughter's wedding, which is outdoors in the summertime. Should be perfect. I'm 5'4" and 150 pounds. I bought a size 2. I'll need to have it hemmed and I may have it taken in just a little, although it fits very well just as it is. The color is a true navy, stunning dress. What is missing? Yell it out. Any ideas? The experience, yeah, right. She hasn't even worn it yet, right? So we don't know, really. No feeling of excitement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not full. It's like kind of, she's anticipating the experience. Anything else? No mention of Nordstrom's. That would be nice, right? That would be great. You know what I feel like is missing from this? I think you guys are dancing around it. I think what they're really missing is true emotion. True emotion. You see, emotion leads to action, while reason leads to conclusions. Emotion leads to action. And Rent the Runway is really, really good at this. You see, there's only one difference between Nordstrom's and Rent the Runway. Rent the Runway happens to know when you're renting the gown for. They know the exact event date, right? That's one more question that Nordstrom's could ask. But they ask. Now, I've been to many events with my wife, and here's what happens. Before we leave the house, my wife is usually like, oh my God, I don't know. How does I look? Is my butt big? No, it's great. You look amazing. It's terrible. I don't think I'm gonna wear these shoes or those shoes. Oh my God, I have no shoes. That's how it is, right? We finally get to the event. She walks in, she's like, I don't know about this dress. I shouldn't have worn it. Everybody else is wearing something better. And then somebody says, oh my God, Elizabeth, amazing dress. She's like, oh, thank you, yes it is. And then by the 15th one, she's like, hell yeah, I look amazing. Take a picture. That's what happens. So let's read some reviews from Rent the Runway, right? Rent the Runway has the exact same gowns. I picked on any gown. I just clicked and started reading reviews. Let me read you this review. 5 stars. Beautiful. Must rent. Look at that amazing picture. How happy does she look? Here's what she says. I would definitely recommend this dress. The details and coloring were absolutely stunning. You will definitely receive many compliments in this dress. They know. In fact, when they email you and ask you, hey, how was last night? They said, I hope you got some great compliments. They're trying to seed. They want the feedback that you got from other people as part of the experience. They want you to remember how you felt. And you're looking, they upload some pictures and you're like, I look amazing, 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 amazing. Yes, that's what they want you to feel. Here, let's read another one. You feel happy when you read that. Here, let's take this one. 5 stars, absolutely stunning. Here we go. This seriously is the most beautiful dress ever. I received so many compliments. It fit perfectly. As a mom of 5, I felt sexy and confident. I want this in my closet forever. Sexy and confident, that's how we all want to feel. I feel that emotion, right? Happy, joy. How about this one? Let's read another one. Here we go, 5 stars, showstopper, perfect fit. I'm 5'4" and wore 4-inch heels, and this dress was way too long. Only long was available in my size, so I had to hold the bottom with my hand so it wouldn't drag. The side zipper was weird and poked out a little bit, but it wasn't noticeable. I didn't need to wear a bra, and I felt held all night. Seriously, one of my favorite dresses I've ever worn. What? I hate it. It sucked. Amazing! When you get people to feel something, it can overcome all those objections. And the key is that Rent the Runway understands that it's not about when you buy the dress, it's when you wear the dress for the first time. And at Rent the Runway, Jen and Jenny call this the after-party glow moment. If you want to maximize the honeymoon phase, we need to do what they did to build a billion-dollar business. We need to focus on maximizing that honeymoon phase. So what if we just do that? What if we maximize our honeymoon phase? You need to start asking yourself, when are our clients after party glow moments? When are they at their peak of enthusiasm? And then how can you actually get them to share that emotion with others? That is the power of maximizing your honeymoon phase. All right, now we've gone through a lot, and if you want to go, I have videos, 6 videos, and a PDF of the whole loyalty loop. If you want to download it, you can go to loyaltyloopers.com. Just put in the code JOLT23, and on Monday, after I shoot my 10 videos of questions that my clients ask, I will send you that PDF. I'll give you a chance to get that URL in a second, but I promised we'd buy a car together, so let's do it. You guys you still want to know what we bought? Yeah. All right, let's do it. We left off with that genius email from Terry. All right? And we talked about this a lot. My wife and I decided, yes, we're going to buy the Audi Q3 after we test drove it. It seemed like the best car at the time. We didn't like Terry's experience, but you know what? She was going to give us a good deal. My wife did what every car salesperson hates. She said, let us think about it over the weekend. We'll come back on Monday. Now, on that weekend, my wife, Elizabeth, went on a girls' trip to a spa, and she had a beautiful time. And when she came back on Sunday, I was standing at the kitchen counter. I had my laptop open. I said, oh my gosh, you look amazing. She does look amazing, by the way. That's her. And yeah. And I said, how was the spa weekend? She said it was great. She recounted the whole experience. And then at the end, she throws in, hey, by the way, I think we should get the same car as Elisa. I was like, oh, okay. What kind of car did Elisa buy? And she says, oh, she bought a Mercedes GLE 350. I'm like, oh, no. If we couldn't get the Porsche Macan, we're not getting the Mercedes GLE 350. And she says, oh, come on, please, let's just go test drive it. It's a great car. Let's at least consider it. I said, okay, fine. Where did Elisa buy her car? My wife says, oh, she bought it at Mercedes-Benz of Burlington. So I don't add any brands. I don't go searching online. I go straight to Mercedes-Benz of Burlington, and I fill out their form at the moment of commitment to go on a test drive for a Mercedes-Benz GL 350. I fill out the little form. It even shows me a picture of the car I'm going to test drive, and I hit submit, just like every other experience. And this is when the experience starts to transform. When I get to the dealership, we drive in, and there's a sign that says, welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Davis. I park right in the parking spot, and this guy, Bruce, walks out and says, Mr. and Mrs. Davis, hi, I'm Bruce. Holy crap, this is great already. I like Bruce. I've got my own parking spot. And it took me a second to realize how he knew my name. And then I was like, oh, the sign. I'm like, this guy's great. I'm feeling good about this already. He's like, I understand you guys would like to test drive a Mercedes GLE 350. I'm like, yes. He's like, we have a black one right here. Would you like to hop in this one? I'm like, hell yeah. Now, I don't know the ramifications of this. He doesn't ask for insurance or a copy of my driver's license, all that crap. It may be illegal. I don't know. He just invites us to get into this car. I'm like, this is great. He's removing friction immediately, right? So I get in the driver's side because I always drive the test drives first. And my wife is walking around the front. I'm getting comfortable. And I roll down the window because she's just standing there. And she says, hey, you know what? I just spent 6 hours in Elisa's car last weekend for the girls' trip there and back. I don't think I'm going to go on the test drive. I'm like, babe, no. You never separate at a car dealership. Never. And she's gone. I'm like, oh, crap. So Bruce sits in the front seat. We drive around for 21 minutes. It's a nice car. I get it. It's a friggin' Mercedes. I like the car. It's great, but I got to get back because I'm convinced my wife is signing the lease papers in the leasing office, right? We get back, and Bruce is like, do you want to do anything else? I'm like, no, we got to find my wife. So he's like, okay, I think I know where she is. So we walk into the dealership. Now, it's a Mercedes dealership, but I want to point out here that Mercedes, this dealership, does nothing any other dealer couldn't do. It costs them nothing. Sure, the lobby is nice. We walk through the lobby. He shows me his desk. I'm like, Bruce, I don't care about your desk. We got to find my wife. He's like, oh, I know where she is. We walk down the hall. Oh, there's the coffee bar. It's packed with people drinking espressos. My wife is not there. I'm like, Bruce, seriously, where the hell is my wife? He's like, oh, I know where she is. We walk down a beautiful white hallway where you see the service bays, and then he opens a glass door, and we walk into the nail salon. Yeah, the nail salon. And there's my wife getting her nails done at the Mercedes dealership, and I'm like, babe, what the hell are you doing? She says, I'm getting my nails done. And did you know that anytime you bring your car in for service at Mercedes-Benz of Burlington, you get your nails done for free? And I said, babe, in 17 years, you have not taken the car in for service. And she said, I will now. Today, we own the most well-serviced Mercedes-Benz in the history of the world. Craft your loyalty loops. I'm Andrew Davis. You sell an experience. Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Ramon. You guys are great. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You guys are the best.